Hi, I'm Casey So Crazy. Since I turned 18, I've been plagued by chronic pain. The whole right side of my body, locked. For a while, I thought my joy in life was over, but that pain, it forced me to change. The pain wasn't here to punish me, it became my teacher. Through psychedelics, it revealed something deeper, a purpose, to share my story, to heal my body, and to travel the world bringing people together through the game of basketball. Now I walk with God, to build the discipline to tell these stories, refine my craft, and to fully heal. This isn't about perfection, it's about alignment. Welcome to Monk Mode. What's up, family? Welcome to Florida Monk Mode, episode 4. This is the series where I am documenting the journey of preparing myself spiritually, physically, and financially for the next chapter of my life, where I'm going to be traveling the world, sharing my story, and sharing my love for the game of basketball. I'm currently working a seasonal job in Florida, giving me all the resources and the time to master being disciplined in these areas of my life, so I'm ready to fulfill my purpose. It was hell week at work this week. If I'm being honest, all the discipline I had been working on fell off a little bit. I worked 120 hours in the last 2 weeks, and used that as an excuse to let go of some of the things I had been working on. In some ways, I think that's natural, and I don't need to be so hard on myself. But there were times I could have chose to turn to God, and I didn't. Last week, I was talking about the temptation of women. How I had women in the workplace coming at me. One of them coming at me pretty hard. I identified the pattern. This is a continuous pattern in my life. When I'm on the path, a woman comes at me and throws me off. I tried to be direct with her and tell her that it wasn't a good fit or time for me. But after I made that decision, part of my ego didn't want to let go of the attention. I liked being liked. And I liked a lot of things about her. Throughout the next week, it seemed like work put us next to each other every possible moment. She was angry with me, but I flirted my way out of it. And I flirted my way back into the situation I was initially trying to avoid. I have been working with God on balance and toiling up through the darkness. And part of me was wondering if this was part of the challenge. Figuring out how to balance both God, the girl, and my purpose at the same time. I really started to warm up to her. I feel like she is a great girl and has an innocence and a pure soul that I'm very attracted to. I ended up inviting her over and really enjoyed the comfort I got from spending the night with her. The intimacy of it created a calmness for me that I hadn't experienced in a long time. I'd be lying if I said talking to her hasn't pulled me away from my purpose in my relationship with God. I'm going to put the energy into this video this week as a goal to see if I can balance both. Considering I already identified this as an issue up and coming in the last video, I think we both know the answer. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to let go. And since letting her in, there's a relationship in my workplace that I think mirrors the situation that I'm in. A friend of mine who dated the wrong girl and can't seem to escape the situation. We work with both of them, and he fails to do what's right for him because he can't get over his lustful urges. I feel a pure connection to this woman that I'm dealing with, but I'm not too sure that our energies align. It has completely distracted me from my purpose and my connection to God, but I feel intent on seeing it through for some reason. The next thing is I allowed the stressful week to reignite my caffeine cycle. My goal from last week was to log whenever I needed caffeine, whenever I had withdrawals, slowly detoxing myself off of it. But I won't lie, the 60-hour work weeks were just not the time to do it. My sleep fell off because I was inviting the girl over late at night and let go of my core of being disciplined. Just overall, over the past few weeks, my healthy habits have taken a significant step back. I expected this a little bit from the crazy work week, but I completely imploded. I think anyone with a clear conscience can see where this is going to end, but I'm intent on seeing if I can balance it for some reason. Our next pillar is purpose and content creation. As I mentioned before, this took a massive hit in the last few weeks. I uploaded my last AI story, but since then, I haven't really worked on anything. I allowed myself to become distracted with the wrong things, even falling back into some sports gambling habits, and indulging in things like caffeine and sugar, which take me away from my purpose. I had originally made progress on uploading short-form content, but that fell out the window as well. I haven't been strict about dedicating time to creating like I had been before. And a lot of that has to do with me not prioritizing sleep. Before, work had always been my non-negotiable window. I became a consumer of content and not a producer. Now that the craziness of that work week is over, I'm going to make it my main priority to get locked back in. The next pillar is our body. I definitely took steps back with this as well. I started sleeping worse, and all my structure started to crumble. I felt an increase in pain, particularly in my shoulder, and I felt lazy waking up from my sleep. An overconsumption of caffeine also increased my nerves and my pain, and I had less of a use of exercise to calm my nervous system. One positive is, in my free time, I had been playing a lot of basketball, using that as a way to calm myself. I hadn't been completely stagnant, and have been doing a lot of sprinting and jumping rope. I can definitely feel myself getting a little more athletic. I also started lifting weights a little bit again. It's honestly just a great release for me and helps reaffirm some strength for myself. I think I'm going to find a balance of weightlifting and nervous system exercises. That way I'm not completely enforcing the idea that I'm fragile. The solution to getting this back is the same solution as everything else. I just need to recenter, realign, and reprioritize. But I promise I'm going to do it. I also probably have my best dunk attempts this week, and I'm pretty certain by the end of February, I'm going to be doing it pretty consistently. Our pain score is going to be a 7 out of 10. Our final pillar is our finances. The good thing is, with this grind of a work week, we were rewarded financially. I was finally able to break the barrier of debt, and I definitely made some stupid choices this week, spending money in places I didn't need to. But we're still up and moving in a direction that we haven't felt in a long time. My checking account is up to $1,800. I haven't eclipsed 4 digits in there in a long time, and my credit card is down to $1,000. I'm going to pay that off with my next paycheck, but I want to keep my checking in the 4 digits for the time being. We also racked up some more cash tips. I'm now at $563 in cash, and our crypto is slowly starting to creep back up. We're at $2,600 in crypto. And remember, our crypto we've been manifesting is going to all come together when we figure everything else out. We're at a total of plus $3,963, and from this point forward, I think we're going to start making great progress and compound this quickly. Thank you for watching Florida Monk Mode, and stay tuned because I'm going to travel the world playing basketball, and it's going to be a movie.